Vision 90.4 towards Knowledge Society.
Good morning, listeners. You are listening to Radio Vishnu 90.4. Sri Vishnu Educational Society and Radio Vishnu 90.4 are proudly attempting Guinness Book of World Record exclusively with 100 student RJs for the duration of 72 hours, 30 minutes and 30 seconds. My name is Sagita Srivashni Basavaraju and I feel very fortunate for being a part of this Guinness Book of World Record. And our application reference number is 2205161257113LRPB. And our title is Longest Radio Play Broadcast Continuously, and my allotted number is 29. As I have said before, I am part of this great attempt. So, I am going to share my knowledge in the topic of... Wait, why don't you guess my topic? Let me see if you can guess my topic or not. Let me give you some clues. They say that my topic is not one technology but group of several technologies. And they say that it is going to change the world in the next 10 years. And we, humans, are going to live with it. Every techie will definitely hear about it every day. And do you know, it's like a hot cake outside. I hope you got the answer. If you don't get it, leave it. I'm going to reveal it. And my topic is importance of artificial intelligence. Before saying its importance, we all know that AI is the booming field nowadays and many are interested in it. Even me too. I was very fascinated when I first heard about it, and it is the same reason why I choose the artificial intelligence branch in this engineering. And as I'm being an AI student, let me first give you a brief introduction and history about AI preceding its importance. So, what are you waiting for? Let's dig into your topic. Many have thought like, what is artificial intelligence? What the term explains? Yeah, what is artificial intelligence and how does it work? Many people want to know about it when they first heard about it. Yeah, I also wanted to know about it. That's why I explored a lot and have got something for you too. So basically, artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially computer systems. And specific applications of AI include in expert systems, natural language processing, speech recognition, and in machine vision. Amazing, right? But you may think like there are a lot of scientific terms are involved. Okay, let me make it simple. Artificial intelligence is nothing but assigning human intelligence to machines so that they'll make our work easier and more efficient. Amazing, right? But you may think like, how can we assign our intelligence to machines? How does this AI work? I got you. We all know that hype around AI has accelerated. Vendors have been scrambling to promote how their products and services use this AI. And often what they refer to as AI maybe is one of the component of AI such as machine learning. You may think like, machine learning? Yeah, I have heard about it. Yeah, in recent years machine learning is also becoming booming. But do you know that machine learning is one of the technologies in several technologies which are involved in AI? Yes, machine learning is one of the technology in AI. And this AI requires a foundation of specialized hardware and software for writing and training machine learning algorithms. And as I have said before, AI is not one technology but group of several technologies. No one programming language is synonymous with it. So it needs a lot of programming languages to code and encrypt it. A few of them include such as Python, R, Java, etc. I know you are getting confused because I am using a lot of scientific terms, but okay, to make it simple, in general, AI systems work by ingesting large amounts of data which are probably known as labeled training data, and by analyzing this data and converting them for correlations and patterns, and using these specific patterns to make predictions for future states. And that's how the AI works. Let me give you an example. I think you all heard about the image recognition. Yes, we will use image recognition in our daily life, such as in Google Lens. It is very easy to find a new object, right? You just scan that, it will give a lot of results regarding it. So, image recognition, we will use it in our everyday. And do you know that it is a tool to learn and identify and describe objects in images by reviewing millions of examples. So, actually, there will be a database in which a millions of images will be recorded, and when you have scanned it with the image recognition tool, it gives output of our required image. And you know what? Being an AI student, I have done a small project based on the image recognition, particularly face recognition, which is called Eagan faces, where you will turn your ghost-like faces or blurry faces into the so-called perfect faces by identifying them in your database and adding layer by layer using artificial intelligence, database, and also mathematics. Okay. Now I have said about how does AI work and what is AI. We know that technology gets updated every day. AI is not an exception with it, and it is containing a lot of technologies. It is also gets updated every time. You may think like we humans will learn a new thing like by understanding it, reading it, or writing it. But how can a technology can grab a new thing? It needs some techniques which are nothing but cognitive skills. And AI program focuses on mainly 3 cognitive skills, which are learning, reasoning, and self-correlation. And the first cognitive skill which I said before was learning. Do you want to know what learning processes means? Okay, let me explain. So, this aspect of AI programming focuses on acquiring data and creating rules for how to turn that data into actionable information. So, it's nothing but you will gather all data and you will just think about how to convert that into a fruitful output. But you know, it is not possible without some rules. There is also rules exist in this AI, and which are popularly known as algorithms. And there are many algorithms in AI like A-star algorithm, hill climbing algorithm, BFS and DFS. And these algorithms provide computing devices with step-by-step instructions for how to complete a specific task in an efficient time. So, nothing but if you want to play a game, you need to follow some rules in order to win that game, right? In here, algorithms plays the role of a rules. So, if you follow that rule, you will get a fruitful output. Okay, I hope you understood the first cognitive skill. Let me go to the second one, which is reasoning processes. So, in this aspect of AI programming focuses on choosing the right algorithm to reach a desired outcome. Let me give a simple example. If you want to reach to a destination, either by road, flight, any mode you want, you need to choose the required path and most appropriate path to reach it in required time. But if you choose another path and you want to reach the destination, it may not be possible. Even though it's possible, you may not get in your scheduled time, right? It's in the same way. So, in order to get a desired output, you should follow that particular algorithm. Otherwise, you cannot get that. And coming to the third correlation and third cognitive skill, which is self-correlation processes. So, this aspect of AI programming is actually designed to continually fine-tune the algorithms and ensure that they provide the most accurate results as possible. So, let me make it simple. The third cognitive skill just makes the second cognitive skills to work efficiently so that we will get our desired output. I hope we have learned about how the technologies in AI gets updated, how does they work, and what is AI. But are you curious to know about the history of AI? Yes, there is a lot of history of AI. What the AI we are seeing nowadays is just that fruit which we have obtained from the roots, which was planted a long time ago. So, Do you know that AI has been mentioned in the ancient times? You may think like, what are you saying? AI has been come into force maybe in the late 20th century and it's booming in the 21st century. No, but it's wrong. AI has been mentioned in the ancient times. Yes, I was also very amazed when I first heard about it. Let me share my experience. Do you know that the concept of inanimate objects endowed with intelligence, which simply robots, has been around since ancient times? And the Greek god Hephaestus was depicted in myths as forging robot like servants which are made up of gold. Amazing, right? And after that, engineers in the ancient Egypt built statues of gold gods animated by the priests. And throughout the centuries, from the thinkers like Aristotle to the 13th century Spanish theologian Ramon Llull and even Thomas Bayes used these tools and logic of their times to describe thought process as symbols, laying the foundation for the AI concept such as generally known as knowledge representation. Now, you may think like, what is knowledge representation? Knowledge representation is nothing but you will represent the data which you have obtained in a way so that you will understand that data easily and you can also transform that data into a desired outcome easily, efficiently in the less time. And there are many knowledge representations are involved in AI like semantic network representation, frame representation, and even entity relation representation. And coming back to the history, the late 19th and first half of the 20th centuries brought forth the foundation work that would have given rise to the modern computer. And do you know, in 1836, the Cambridge University mathematician Charles Babbage, who is popularly known as the father of the computer, along with August Ada Byron, invented the first design for the programmable machine. It's amazing, right? We may think like AI is booming nowadays, but the seeds for the AI has planted in the year 1836, and after that, as the time has passed, AI has spread into a large tree, and AI has spread into a large tree, and its branches have been widespread, so that we are experiencing its fruits now. And take an example, in 1956. The modern field of artificial intelligence is widely cited as starting this year during a summer conference at Dartmouth College, which was sponsored by Defense Advanced Research Projects Agencies, which are popularly known as DARPA, and the conference was actually attended by the 10 luminaries in the field, including many AI pioneers like Marvin Minsky, Oliver Selfridge, and even John McCarthy. Do you know who is John McCarthy? Okay, let me reveal it. He is the one who credited for coining the term artificial intelligence. And until then, the artificial intelligence used to be called like machine intelligence. And also in attendance with them, there are two famous scientists who are Alan Newell and also Herbert A. Simon, who brought a groundbreaking logic theorist. It is logic theorist is an AI program, and do you know how it deals with? Actually, it is an AI program in which a computer program is capable of proving certain mathematical theorems. And do you know, it is the first AI program. And after that, a major groundbreaking had also happened in the years in example like in the years 1950s. The same Newell and Simon have also published the first algorithm, which is GPS, that is General Problem Solving Algorithm, and its capability is such that it is a fell short of solving complex problems but laid the foundations for developing more sophisticated and cognitive structures. And in the year, John McCarthy, who is also considered as father of coined the term artificial intelligence, is credited for creating a language for AI programming. And do you know what it is called? Lisp. Yes, Lisp is a language for AI programming that is even used today. And do you know, it's amazing, right, that the scientist over there has tried their hard to just form an AI programming language, and we are still using it today in the 21st century. And in the mid 1960s, MIT professor Joseph Weisbumann developed the first natural language processing program, the famous natural language program. Do you know what is it? Okay, it's ELIZA. ELIZA is the first natural language processing program in which you can directly talk with a machine which is having human intelligence encrypted in it. So if you go through it and ask it how are you, it will reply to you. And it is the one of the major groundbreaking which has taken in the midst of 1960s. And after that, ELIZA is the only reason today we are facing chatbots. Do you know what are chatbots? Actually, when you go to a website, you'll see on the right down screen, like, if you have any doubt, please contact us. It will pop up from the screen, right? Yeah, they are the chatbots. And after that, AI is never, it's unstoppable. And after that, its increase in the computational power and also explosion in the data sparked an AI renaissance, and in the late 1990s it has spread its wings so large. And you know that in the latest focus of AI has given rise through breakthroughs in very various technologies like natural language processing, computer vision, robotics, machine learning, deep learning, and whatnot. And do you know that AI is also involved in many things like powering cars, diagnosing diseases, and even it is cementing its role in many popular cultures. And let me share some facts with you. Do you know, in the year 1997, IBM's Deep Blue has defeated Russian chess grandmaster Garry Kasparov. Amazing, right? And it has stunned the whole world when it has first bet the grandmaster, because it is the first computer program to beat a world chess champion. And 14 years later, that is in the year 2011, IBM's Watson captivated the public when it defeated two former champions on the game show called Jeopardy. And you know who is champion Lee Sedol? He is 18-time world Go champion. And more recently, he was defeated by Google's DeepMind's AlphaGo, which has stunned the entire Go community and marked a major milestone in the development of intelligent machines. Okay, we have learned a lot about history of AI, but do you know there are different types of AI? Do you want to learn about the different types of AI? Do you want to know who introduced this concept? Let me explain. Aaron Hines, an assistant professor of integrated biology and computer science at Michigan State University, explained in an article which is published in 2016 that AI can be categorized into four types, beginning with the task-specific intelligent systems into sentient systems. I'll explain every type to you clearly. So, coming to the first type, they are reactive systems. As the word suggests, they'll just react at that certain time. So, these AI systems have no memory and they are very task-specific. As an example, take the Deep Blue, which has defeated the chess grandmaster in the year 1997. So, these Deep Blue can identify the pieces on the chessboard, but cannot make the predictions based on the past experience to the future experience, because it does not have memory. So it can only act at that specific time, and it will choose the chess coin and it will place it. That's it. It cannot use its past experience to convert it, to give the output for the future ones. I think you have guessed the second type for now. It is nothing but limited memory. And as the name suggests, it will have memory for a limited count. So these AI systems have memory. So they can use past experiences to inform future decisions. And some of these decision making functions are now widely used in self-driving cars. And coming to third and the most important type of AI, which is theory of mind. You may think like, theory of mind, what is that? Yeah, actually it is a psychological term. But when it is applied to AI, it means that the system would have social intelligence to understand emotions. So these type of intelligent machines will understand our emotions and react towards us. So this type of AI will be able to infer human intentions and predict our behavior. And it is a necessary skill for AI systems to become an integral member of human teams. So if these type of AI systems are produced more and more, they'll come into our society and they'll merge with our human society, and they'll make our work more easier and even simple in efficient way. Coming to the fourth type of AI, the self-awareness AI. As the name suggests, in this category, AI has a sense of self, which gives them consciousness. So these machines are self-aware of themselves. They know their capability and they have self-awareness to understand their own situations. Let me give an example for this type of AI. I hope you all have seen the movie Robo, right? In that movie, Dr. Vasikaran has created a robot which is having self-awareness AI. That is the reason when it has started to understand the emotions, as robot does not have emotions, it caused all the ruckus and the destruction happened in the movie as follows. So, as I said before, this type of AI is harmful. So this type of AI does not exist, but has mentioned in various parts of the AI concluded systems. As of now, as I have said a lot about AI, let me say its pros and cons. Everything will have advantages and disadvantages. AI is not an exception. Even though the advantages coming from the AI are more, there are also some of the disadvantages which make them lagging behind in some of the fields. So, we all know that artificial neural networks and deep learning artificial intelligence technologies are quickly evolving, primarily because AI processes large amounts of data much faster and make predictions more accurately than any human can make it possible. And we all know that while a huge volume of data being created every day, it would be a lot of risk for human beings, and it would even bury a human researcher because he need to gather all data, he need to see it, he need to verify it, and he need to process it. It's a lot of task, right? But machines make it more and more easier. That's why AI has applications everywhere nowadays, and that as AI uses machine learning, we can take that data and quickly turn them into actionable informations. And as I have said before, everything has disadvantages and AI is not an exception. The main disadvantages of AI comes from because it is not economic friendly. Yeah, AI is quite expensive. Because if you want a technology which should perform all your tasks, it needs a lot of algorithms, a large code, right? It is not easy to get an technology so easily. It needs a lot of technicians, hours of work. It's quite expensive. That's why it is quite expensive. Let me give you some of the points regarding why the why AI has advantages and disadvantages. So the mainly advantages of AI come from because AI is good at detail oriented jobs. Yeah, it will, as the machines particular about every detail, we will not miss a single detail. So they are widely used in detail oriented jobs, and they reduce time for data heavy tasks, and they will also deliver consistent results. And we all know that AI powered virtual agents are always available. Even in our phones we are having AI virtual agents like Siri, etc. And coming to disadvantages, as I have said before, it is quite expensive and it is not so economic friendly. And we need to require a lot of technical and qualified workers to build AI tools, and they need a deep technical expertises. Those who know a lot about the algorithms, codes, as I have said before. So these are some of the disadvantages of the AI, and we know that there are many advantages of AI. That's why if we can reduce our disadvantages, we can have a boon with it. Okay. You know what? AI is like a new world. We will just submerge into it. AI is like a world in which you cannot stop yourselves. And AI is like, oh, what I'm saying, I'm just going to the other topic. I'm just forgetting my topic. You know what? When you love a topic, you will just go with the flow. Actually, I'm an AI student and I just can't resist myself. See, I have forgotten my topic. I hope you remember my topic, right? Yeah, my topic is importance of artificial intelligence. Now, I'm going to say about importance of artificial intelligence. You may think like, why artificial intelligence is important? Let me explain. There are a lot of advantages of artificial intelligence, a lot of applications and a lot of technologies in AI. So, AI is important because it can give enterprises insights into their operations that they may not have been aware of previously, and because in some cases AI can perform tasks even better than the humans. Yes, as I said before, they are very good at detail oriented jobs where humans may miss because we need some rest, we need to eat, we need to drink, but machines just need some battery, right? So they perform tasks more efficiently than humans in many cases. And to be particular, when it comes to repetitive, detail oriented tasks like analyzing large number of legal documents to ensure that they are used in relevant fields and relevant fields are filled properly or not is quite a hectic task, but AI tools can often complete these jobs quickly and with very relatively few errors. And this is the reason which fueled an explosion in efficiency and opened a door to entirely new business opportunities for the larger enterprises. And prior to the current way of AI, it would have been hard to imagine using computer software to connect the riders to the taxis or to get the food from the restaurant. We will go to 10 years back. There we used to be stand on the road, we used to lift our hand like, taxi, can you stop, please give me lift. Or if you want to eat something, you should definitely go to the restaurant in order to get that food. But nowadays AI make it simple. We are just using Zomato, Swiggy, Uber, Ola, etc. All these all applications use AI and they are making our tasks more easier. Let me explain. We all know that Uber has become one of the largest companies in the world. And do you know that it became one of the largest just by using AI? Yes. It utilizes sophisticated machine learning algorithms to predict when people are likely to need rides in certain areas, which helps them proactively to get drivers on the road even before they are needed. So AI helps in such a way that when the person actually don't need a ride, the drivers will be available in that road because many people are traveling in that road. That means the AI is analyzing the data and it is getting the reviewing that this road is filled with people at that certain time. You need these many taxis in order to take them there. Amazing, right? And let me give you another example. Google. We'll all use Google, right? Suppose if you search something in your web page, you will get suggestions regarding that on the second day. Have you ever wondered how this happens? Let me explain. Let us take a simple example. I have searched about jalebi in our Google account. So you may have seen suggestions regarding Zomato offerings, how to make jalebi in your suggestions. How can that be possible? AI does that. It takes all the database, it searches where you have searched and what you have searched and gives the suggestions regarding it. And do you know, Google become one of the largest players for a range of online services just by using machine learning, which is used to understand how people use their services and by just improving them. And do you know, in 2017, the company's CEO, Sundar Pichai, pronounced that Google would operate as an AI first company. You know what? At these moments, I will be feeling very proud because of being an AI student. And we know that today's largest and most successful enterprises have used AI to improve their operations and gain advantage on their competitors. So, We know that importance to any technology will come because of its wide applications. Do you want to know what are the applications of AI? So, what's late? Let's dive into the topic. Artificial intelligence has made its way into a wide variety of markets. Nowadays, AI is in everything, in every field. If you search everywhere, there will be AI. The major field in which AI is used is healthcare. The biggest bets are on improving patient outcomes and reducing costs. Have you heard this fact that AI intelligent robot has done an open heart surgery in a hospital in California? Even though it has done its operation in presence of doctors, but if you observe, in future days only robots are going to perform the operations without even doctors assistance. It's amazing, right? And coming to the topic, one of the best known healthcare technologies is IBM Watson, and it became popular because it understands natural language and can respond to questions asked of it. Like if you go to it and if you ask, "I'm feeling sick," it will give you response like, "Okay, have you have any symptoms? I'll take it." Like if you have cold, if you have fever, it will ask all the questions, and based on your response, it diagnose the problem. And the system mines patients' data and other available data sources to form hypotheses. And other applications of AI include in healthcare via like online virtual health assistants and also the chatbots which I have mentioned before to help the patients and healthcare customers to find the medical information, schedule appointments, understanding the billing process, and complete other administrative processes. We all know that we have faced coronavirus, right? But AI has helped a lot of people during corona time. You may have observed the medicines have come to you just like the food has come to your door. AI has helped a lot for patients and doctors and citizens, everyone in the world, by helping creating new apps. And do you know, in many hospitals, AI powered robots are used to give assistance to the patients. So to medicate patients, instead of nurses and doctors, these robots are used. And we have successfully fighted the coronavirus, right? AI has played a major role in fighting the coronavirus. And in the second field where AI is used is business. Do you know, machine learning algorithms are being integrated into analytics and customer relation management platforms, which are popularly known as CRM platforms. These platforms are used to uncover information on how to get better service customers. And the chatbots have been incorporated into websites to provide immediate service to customers. And coming to education, do you know that a robot teacher was introduced in Indus International School of Hyderabad in the place of teacher to make children understand more easily? Actually, in the field of education, AI does a lot of work. We know that all students are not same. Some may grasp their topic easily and some may cannot grasp their topic easily. And as a teacher cannot go to every student and make them learn the topic, right? But if you have robots or AI machines, you can go, every robot can work efficiently. That's why it will go to that particular child and it will make him to understand the topic. So these are widely used in the field of education. And AI tutors can provide additional support to students, ensuring they can stay on the track. And maybe in future generations, the AI can also replace the teachers. Let us see. And coming to the next field, which is finance. Do you know that there are AI powered personal finance applications such as Intuit Mint or TurboTax? Yes, these are AI powered finance applications, and these are used in disrupting financial institutions. And do you know IBM Watson can even sell houses? Let us take an example. If you want to buy a house and a robot is going to tell about the features of the house, how would you feel? You will be like, everything will be perfect, because if an AI is guiding you, you'll feel more secure than humans because it will not cheat you. It will say everything perfectly. It will give simple outputs. It will not come to conclusions. It will don't have emotions. It don't have anger issues. So we can easily talk to it. We can manage it. But the main problem when it comes to finance, we cannot bargain with the robots. It's one of the drawback when it comes to finance. But today, artificial intelligence software platforms are much trading on Wall Street. And the next major field is law. Have you ever wondered that the one who is going to argue with you in the court is a robot? And if a robot can argue with you in the court, you can surely win the case. Only when you are not guilty. But if you are guilty, you are going to doomed because it knows all the laws. It can memorize all the laws, and it has a vast memory where it cannot miss a single clue. If the opposite team is missing a clue, as you are having a robot, you can surely win the case. That's why these AI machines are used a lot in this field too. But in this field, they are used in search of like documents, use it to automate the legal industry labor intensive processes, and law firms are also using machine learning to describe data and predict the outcomes. And do you know, computer vision is also used to classify and extract information from documents, and natural language processing to interpret requests from the information. And the next field is manufacturing. We have all known that AI has been in use in manufacturing from decades. Yes, it is. Nowadays, we can see that a lot of AI machines are used in factories to products because AI increase the productivity. It will give the output with less errors in efficient time, in less time and in efficient way. So manufacturing has been at the forefront of the incorporating robots into the workflow. For example, the industrial robots that were at one time programmed to perform single tasks are separated from the human workers. So in past days, they used to be small robots known as cobots. You heard it right. They are called cobots. So these are the smaller and multitasking robots that collaborate with humans to make work more productive and efficient. And nowadays these are also performing in many fields, in many houses. You can see that if you take example of country Japan, everywhere you can see robots, from restaurants to hotels, everything is under machines in Japan. And these are also used in warehouses, factory floors, and in other workshops, etc. And the next sector is banking sector. You may think that in past days one used to take the responsibility of all the bank accounts. He used to take them, he used to notify the numbers, and he used to give the money back to them. It's a huge task, right? Getting millions and millions of bank numbers, check numbers, money, transactions, and maintaining all these things is hard. So banks are successfully employing chatbots to make their customer aware of services and offering to handle transactions that don't require human intervention. And AI virtual assistants are being used to improve and cut the costs of compliance with banking regulations. And do you know, nowadays AI powered machines are also giving loans. It will give loans based on the rules, like you need to submit some documents in order to get a loan, right? So AI is helping them to take loans by having their investment, by having their income certificates and so on, what are required for the loans. And the next sector is transportation sector. We all know that autonomous cars are famous nowadays. In addition to these autonomous cars, AI technologies are also used to manage traffics, like to predict flight delays. And do you know that AI is used in ocean shipping? It is used as to predict the climate, so that it is safer to going to sea or not. So the AI in the shipping ocean shipping is becoming more and more efficient. Coming to the security, we know that security, AI and security is one of the most important sector, because we can see there are so many cyber crimes which are happening around us. And do you know, this AI and machine learning are the top buzzwords of the security vendors, because there will be many crimes which we cannot see but are happening, like you will miss your money from your bank. Some of the cyber crimes include in that. So those terms also represent truly viable technologies, and the organizations which use machine learning in security information and event management software, which is probably popularly known as SIEM, and this software and related areas are used to detect anomalies and identify suspicious activities that include threats. Like 2-3 years back, if someone calls you, you may not know who is behind that. But nowadays you are getting from Truecaller like it is a spam call. How can it identify it is a spam call? So it can analyze the data and using logic to identify similarities to know the malicious code. So finding that malicious code, AI helps us to find the spam calls, and AI can provide alerts to new and emerging attacks much sooner than any human employee can does. And these can be done by the previous technologies iterations. And the maturing technologies is playing a big role in helping organizations fight off cyber attacks. So I have said a lot of applications of AI, right? But do you know AI is also widely used in creating jobs? Yes, Microsoft Cooperative Secretary Caroline France affirms that artificial intelligence will change the workplace. Even though 75 million jobs have maybe disappear, 133 million more engaging, less repetitive, and new roles may be expected. He says that AI is an opportunity for workers to focus on the parts of their jobs that may also be more satisfying them. And do you know, AI is most used in bridging language devices? It may be Duolingo or Skype. It is helping us to learn new languages, helping us to convert the text into new language, helping us to talk with the new members. I hope in Corona, many of us use Duolingo, right? Even I have enrolled in the Duolingo, and I wanted to study two languages, namely French and German. Even they could not complete it. Yeah, I have tried my best. Are you also enrolled in the Duolingo? And do you know, AI is also used in creating art. I have read somewhere that there is a song created in which machine learning alone has created every lyric, even the music too. And you know, that song is very refreshing. And AI also has created many art paintings just by the code. And as I have said, as there are so many applications of AI, but due to, as I have said before, there are many technologies in AI. Let me explain some of the technologies which are incorporated in AI. So, automation. When paired with AI technologies, automation tools can expand the volume and types of tasks performed. An example is robotic process automation, which is RPA. It is a type of software that automates repetitive, less based data processing tasks traditionally which are done by humans. And RPA's tactical bots are used to pass along with the intelligence from AI and to respond process changes. And the second most important technology is machine learning. As I have said before, this is a science of getting computer to act even without programming. And deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Let me make it simple. In very simple terms, deep learning is nothing but it can be thought as the automation of predictive analytics. And do you know, there are three types of machine learning algorithms? They are supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement algorithms. And coming to machine vision. In machine vision is nothing but image recognition is used. I have said before about image recognition. And coming to the next technology, natural language processing (NLP). I have said that Eliza is the natural language processing robot, and after that many changes have happened, and even we are using natural language processing even today. Last but not least, robotics. We all know that robotics is nothing but the engineering which focuses on designing and manufacturing of robots, and robots are used to perform several tasks which are difficult for humans. Let's take an example. If you want to remove a spaceship or move a spaceship in the space, humans cannot make it possible. But NASA is nowadays using robots which is powered with AI to separate the parts of rockets, and even they are using to separate the large objects in the space. Okay, so these are the some of the AI technologies which we widely use nowadays. So that's all the information about AI have gathered. I'm sure that you have listened to my topic and gained knowledge with me. AI is going to transform the whole world in such a way that you can't even imagine. And many big MNCs like Google, Facebook, Tesla are investing a lot in developing AI, and I can proudly say that we AI engineers are going to soon rule the world. Okay, I'm going to stop with my hyping. Okay, listeners, are you there? What are you waiting for? Dive yourselves into the world of AI. Okay, listeners, as part of this Guinness Book of World Record attempt, I hope you enjoyed the topic importance of artificial intelligence. So now, let me introduce my next student RJ, Peruri Sriveda, and her participant number is 30. Keep listening to Radio Vishnu 90.4 towards Knowledge Society.